VoiceOver is an accessibility feature that makes the iPhone and iPad easier to operate for those who have visual impairment. With VoiceOver, anyone with a visual impairment can have their iPhone or iPad screen read to them, including buttons, icons, links and other interface elements, and use gestures to navigate and select their options. How to activate VoiceOver on iPad? Firstly, launch the Settings app from your home screen. Secondly, tap on Accessibility. Once you've tapped on Accessibility, tap on VoiceOver under the Vision category at the top. And lastly, tap the VoiceOver switch to enable it.
VoiceOver on. Settings. Landscape. Home button to the right.
How to use VoiceOver on iPad. VoiceOver changes the gestures in iOS in order to make it easier for the visually impaired. This allows individuals to know what they're tapping on before they actually select it. Here are some tips to using VoiceOver on the iPad. Number 1. Single tap anywhere on the screen and your iPhone or iPad will speak aloud the item that you're tapping on. Number 2. Double tap on an item to select it. Number 3. To scroll through a page, use 3 fingers. With VoiceOver off, you typically use only 1 finger to scroll, but in VoiceOver, when it's switched on, you'll need to use 3 so that your iPhone or your iPad does not misread a tap as a scroll. Number 4. If you double tap with 3 fingers to toggle speech commands on and off from the lock screen. Number 5. A 2-finger double tap while performing an action will start or stop that action. For example, if you're on a phone call, double tapping the screen with 2 fingers will end the call. If you're in the camera app, double tap with 2 fingers to take a photo. Number 6. In VoiceOver options, you can customize and fine-tune options such as whether or not you like the device to speak notifications. Using VoiceOver practice. For more tips and tricks regarding VoiceOver, it is recommended that you use VoiceOver practice option within the VoiceOver settings menu. This allows you to tap the screen as you like, and the iPhone or the iPad will speak aloud what that action does system-wide. This will help get someone used to how VoiceOver works and what commands trigger what actions.
VoiceOver on. Landscape. VoiceOver practice. Button. Practice VoiceOver gestures, commands and typing in this area. Touch. Speak item. 1 finger double tap. Active. 1 finger triple tap. Perform. 2 finger single tap. Toggle speech. 2 finger double tap. Magic tap. 2 finger triple tap. Show item chooser. 3 finger single tap. Read item summary. 3 finger double tap. Toggle mute. 3 finger triple tap. Toggle screen curtain. 3 finger swipe down. Scroll. 3 finger swipe up. Scroll. Done. Button. Cap S. VoiceOver. VoiceOver off.
Next, we will take a look at how to change the speaking rate in VoiceOver. You can change how quickly the VoiceOver speaks to you. For example, you can slow it right down, or you can speed it right up. This is easiest to adjust when the VoiceOver is turned off. What you want to do first of all is to launch settings from your home screen. Tap on Accessibility and then tap VoiceOver. Tap and drag the slider under the speaking rate to change the rate of speech. The further right you go, the faster it works. The further left you go, the slower it talks. Always remember that it's easier to do this when VoiceOver is off, as highlighted in the clip above.
VoiceOver on. Settings. Landscape. Speaking rate. 8%. VoiceOver. VoiceOver. VoiceOver off. Voiceover on. Settings. Landscape. Home button to the right. Speech. Button. Braille. Button. Verbosity. Button. Audio. Button. Voiceover on. Double tap to toggle setting. Voiceover off.
As you can see, it's probably best to keep it in the middle. Next, we're going to look at how to enable pitch change in VoiceOver. Pitch change makes VoiceOver speak at a higher pitch when reading the first item in a group, and in a lower pitch when reading the last item in a group. It's kind of hard to distinguish, but if you need it, it's there. Here is an example of pitch change and how to use it on VoiceOver. Once you're in the VoiceOver app, you can click on Speech, and you can change the pitch however you want.
Voiceover on. Settings. Landscape. Voiceover on. Voiceover off.
Right now, we're going to change Karen's pitch up to 85%, and then switch VoiceOver back on again.
Voiceover on. Settings. Landscape. Home button to the right. Voiceover. Voiceover off.
As you can see, that's Karen's voice changed, and we can go back out and put it to a lower pitch.
Voiceover on. Settings. Landscape. Voiceover. Voiceover off.
It's entirely your choice. Next, we will look at how to use verbosity in VoiceOver. How we manage verbosity in VoiceOver is very important. Verbosity is how much information is read to you, and for some people, the chatter of the VoiceOver can be too much. Under the verbosity heading, you can control whether or not VoiceOver reads you hints or tells you that there are emojis in text. Once you have got yourself into VoiceOver, it is time to access the verbosity. What you want to do is to click on verbosity and then look for the switch next to speak hints, and you want to disable it, so you want to click it off. After this, tap on punctuation to switch between speaking all, some or none. Tap the switch next to speak detected text to disable it. After this, you want to tap capital letters to customize what happens when capital letters appear. You can choose between speak cap, play sound, change pitch and do nothing. Then tap embedded links to customize what happens when embedded links appear. You can choose between speak, play sound, change pitch and do nothing. Then tap the switch next to table headers to disable it. Next, tap the switch next to row and column number to disable that as well. If you wish, you can also decide to tap the switch next to speak confirmation and disable that. What you might also wish to do, if you wanted to, is to tap the switch next to emoji suffix, and this will have your VoiceOver speak the word emoji when emojis are read in text. And lastly, when dealing with verbosity, what you could do is tap media descriptions to customize what happens when closed captions and subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing are output during media playback. You can choose between off, speech, braille and speech and braille for this. Next, we will look at how to change the voice in VoiceOver. If you don't like the VoiceOver voice, you can change it to a male or a female and change it to different accents, and you can download a bunch more, and here's how you can do it. Firstly, click on speech and then it'll take you onto this page. Now the voice right now is on Karen. You can click on voice and it'll take you to this page. Here we have all different options of English speakers and all these other options for you to download if you wish. The last thing in this video that we'll look at is how to change VoiceOver pronunciation. VoiceOver isn't perfect and it sometimes reads words out phonetically when that doesn't make sense. Or you might have a sibling with a name that's hard to pronounce and VoiceOver just can't get it. You can change how VoiceOver pronounces certain words or phrases, and here's how you can do it. First of all, what you want to do is once you're in VoiceOver, tap on speech. Once you're in speech, you then want to tap in pronunciations. After this, click add at the very top right, and we're going to now enter a word into phrase. The word is niche.
Niche.
But VoiceOver does not say it correctly. So in substitution, type in the way you want that word to be said.
Niche.
And we've got niche.